Hey everybody, this is the Algebra 2 week rundown, just to let you know a couple things that pertain just to your class. This week you have 2 assignments, you have 2 instructional videos, and you have 1 quick check. That quick check is going to be on graphing. So then next week when you get your assessments, you kind of have an idea of what I'll be looking for because we've already done those quick checks and corrected those. Just so you're aware, the second video, the 9221, kind of went off the beaten path on that. Did some extra things because we have to get you guys graphing sine and cosine. So I did a few examples of the sine and the cosine and finding the period and whatnot. So just so you know, it's not really the same as the lesson online, but it's getting you what you need. Your quick checks. A few of you guys are missing quick checks from corrections. Every time I look at them and you don't earn 5 points because you haven't shown me you know what's going on, I return those back to you with comments. And it's not just like number 1 is wrong. I usually give you some probing questions. What does this mean? What does that mean? On the unit circle, do you know what the points mean? Do you know how to find the tangent on the unit circle? So, and all those things are in the videos. I kind of compare that to, you know, when I was little and we'd watch, in elementary school, we'd watch videos. And so we'd all pay attention. We got like this list of questions. And as the video went on, we wrote down the answers. This is kind of that thing. I know some of you guys are rocking this. You're watching the instructional videos and they're super helpful. And I know they're super helpful because the people who use them have told me that. The people who don't use them, I'm getting quick checks with numbers I've never seen before. And as a math teacher, I kind of know where you're getting them. And they're not from me and they're not from the way that I've done things. Do I think you have to do things my way? No, but I don't understand why you do things differently. I just don't at this point because it's just more difficult. I gave you guys a unit circle. I had people giving me numbers that weren't even on the unit circle. And I'm like, yeah, those numbers are right, but where the heck are you getting them? Why would you make it more work? It's right there. It's right there. I often wonder, do we understand the difference like radians and degrees? Because honestly, you guys, the answer for 120 degrees was below. It was on the unit circle. Come on. So I'm kind of seeing if you're doing what you're supposed to do. All right. So those quick checks are there for you, and I'm returning them constantly. And I know some kids and some parents are upset because they have zeros, but they're not the most difficult questions in the world right now. I gave you the answers in some of them. I'm just checking your understanding. Do you understand it or not? And some of you guys don't. Or some people just like mixed up the coordinates and they gave me the sine and the cosine, and I'm sure it's like, ugh, it's not that way, it's the other way. So that's what I'm trying to catch before you take your test. After 2 weeks of your assessment being out to you, you only had 1 of them, you'll find that most of you still have it because you took it, but if you haven't taken it, it's gone. So you cannot do those. You need to ask for a new assessment, and I need to make you a new assessment. You need to request a new assessment. So if you haven't taken the polynomial assessment and you're like, Infinite Campus says I have a 0 and I don't even have it in my assignments, guess what? You need to contact me and get a new one because I'm done correcting the original one. I have to get you a new one. Also, give me at least a day to make a new one because there's a chance I may have to make you guys a new one to create it, okay? All right, so this week you technically have off on Friday, so everything's going to be due Thursday. You also have off next week, Monday, but I have a couple people who probably want to be done with all this, so I'm going to make sure all of your stuff is out to you next week by Sunday. You don't have to do it on Sunday or Monday, but it's just there if you want it. Now, if you made it through this part of my video, we're at about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to give you a little treat. We are going to do a Google Meet extra credit session tomorrow, and that 5 points will go on your last assessment, which is going to be the graphing sine and cosine one. You guys, 1 to 125, you pop in, you ask a question or two, we talk about a couple things, there you go, extra credit. Now, if you have to work, like you're YA and you're like, I work in the afternoon. Well, I would think that every kid should be online by noon on Monday to see what they have to do. You bump me an email and you're like, listen, I can't make it at 1. Can we do it another time? Because you will get to meet me. You have to meet me. This is a Google Meet extra credit. You got to get in there and you can't just, I need you to acknowledge your existence in this thing so I can write your name down. All right, you need to ask some questions. Some of you guys, I want to ask some questions out of you because we're lost and we shouldn't have waited for an extra credit opportunity. We should have been in those Google Meets all the time. So I might not say this again in this video. Monday, okay, that's Monday the 18th. Yeah, because today's 17th. Monday the 18th, 1 to 125 is Algebra 2, 5 points extra credit. It goes on your last assessment, which means you got to take it in order to get those points. Most of you guys are going to be fine. All right, so those are my announcements for everybody. Let's look at my announcements for you guys, just for everybody. So When I was talking to all these kids about things or looking at a couple things, here we go, I needed to make sure that you guys knew some things that are happening throughout all my classes. First off, if your Google notifications are off, you might want to turn those things on because some of you guys are missing some things, I'm sure, from me and other teachers. Like when I comment on something, like a quick check, and you're not getting your points, you need to know I commented so you can make some corrections on that. Again, request any assessment that you need. I need some time to create second assessments or even third or fourth ones, but just know that your original assessment was due. It got 2 weeks to do it. You didn't do it. You got to do you got to retake it. You got to get a new one. My Google Meets. Tuesday, here it is. Algebra 2, you're going to be from 1:20 to 1:40. And then anybody I'm taking from 2 to 2:30. Wednesday, there's not any Google Meets for me because I need to contact my homeroom and I have a window of opportunity in the morning, and that means you guys do not get a Google Meet. Sorry, administration said we should not meet with our kids. We need to make some time for those calls. So we are. Thursday, it's the same as it's been for a while. You guys are 1:40 to 2 o'clock. Anybody comes in from 2 to 2:30. All right, so those are my Google Meet times, and you got that extra credit opportunity for Monday too. Remember, Friday, you guys are off of school. I will have all of your homework out to you by Monday night. That's my goal. And I'm going to be correcting on Thursday at 4. And all the due dates will be Thursday at 4 this week. Next week, if you want to get going on things early, I'll get everything out to all of my classes on Sunday. I'll have a week rundown. It'll be really short, I'm sure. But I'll get everything out Sunday. Know that you do not need to do homework on Monday. But if you're one of those people who really want to get things done, you can. All right? And you will know that you passed fourth quarter and therefore passed the semester if you have on that last assessment, you would have a comment that says, you passed first quarter. Congratulations, you passed fourth quarter in the semester. And you guys, then you know you're done. Also, remember that extra credit opportunity for Google. You have to take the assessment to get it. I'm assuming most of you will anyway who pop in. All right, so that's about 7. It's going to be 7.5 minutes of information. I apologize, it's kind of long. Next week should be short. Good luck. Remember, everything's due Thursday at 4 this week. I'll get everything out this week by Monday night. I'm going to get your first assignment out today because today's Saturday or Sunday. But everything will be out by Monday night so you can get it done on time for your long weekend. Have a great week, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys tomorrow.